What human rights organizations accuse Hamas of, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, is the fact that they operate in civilian areas and hide in civilian areas, which endanger civilians. They acknowledge that much. That is not the legal definition of human shield.
That is the legal definition. I know what you're. Oh, tell me, please give me the Finkelstein quote. Go ahead, tell me what the legal definition is. Yeah.
Okay.
If you station yourself around civilians, you are engaged in using human shields. That's why specifically under international law, the ICC recognizes as well, if you have a civilian location like a hospital that's also housing military targets, that target becomes a military target. You have to do all the collateral assessment and everything, but that's literally how international law is written. Correct. That definition that you gave me for human shields, if you have to force civilians to go to areas, nobody in the international community uses that. Only some pop historians or pop scholars use it because they think it makes their argument sound stronger. Yeah.
Wonderful. The avalanche of nonsense, and see if I can
You
talk.
keep saying avalanche of nonsense. I mean, I can cite you international law, I can cite you historical facts, I can cite you.
Just give me some room to speak. That's wonderful. Be allowed to continue. They made it illegal.
Gotcha. So to be clear, you're saying before that, you're saying that the Israeli official policy was to use human shields. That was codified in the military doctrine.
That's official.
It's so
policy.
Crazy that they say that. Yet the only image I've ever seen of the human shield is that one boy on the Jeep that gets posted 50 billion times over and over again. But okay.
So in the case of Gaza, it is almost entirely built from wall to wall.
That's not even close to true. Have you ever seen a map of Gaza before? That's not true. It's not wall-to-wall buildings. There are plenty of open spaces. They just don't operate out of those because they know they would get targeted.
Yeah, they're an extremely urban area, and so when they engage in guerrilla warfare, they do hide in civilian areas. The intention of that is not to hide specifically. By the way, all these Israeli claims about having a command center under a hospital, which turned out to be false, just the list of Israeli lies about the claims that they have made just in the past few weeks. It's absolutely remarkable. They have just repeatedly made claims that turned out to be false. They've directed people to go to so-called safe zones and then drop 2,000 pound bombs on those safe zones. This was documented even by the New York Times, the fact that they've bombed safe zones with indiscriminate weaponry.
Do you also recognize in documenting that Hamas is launching rockets from declared safe zones as well? Or do you think that that's fake news?
Israel declares those as safe zones, says this is where you have to go, and then drops indiscriminate bombs.
And then Hamas also launches. It's not. Nothing is indiscriminate. Oh, you don't know anything about Hamas launching rockets from this area. You know every single Israel attack, but not the Hamas ones.
Yeah, okay. I know what human rights organizations document.
Well, you don't. You didn't know that in 2014, Amnesty International said that Hamas was using human shields. So
again, you don't know what you're talking about, and there's no denying that Hamas commits war crimes as well. You would have to be blind to miss that part.